workout series for when your back is hurt. First thing you're going to want to do is spend 2 to 5 minutes lying on your back with your legs up on the wall. Get your hips as close to the wall as possible, set your timer for 2 to 5 minutes, and put those legs up on the wall. This is great because it keeps that injured area protected with the floor to hold it in neutral and stretches those hamstrings that are actually tugging on the bottom of the pelvis. You see, when those hamstrings get too tight, whether that's from doing indoor cycling workout or lifting or really anything, they pull on the bottom of the pelvis. And at the top of the pelvis, you have very small low back muscles that are prone to injury. So by holding this position for 2 to 5 minutes, you will decrease the load the hamstrings are placing on that pelvis and low back. You can sit here and just close your eyes and rest. You can play on your phone. Also go ahead and pull those toes towards your nose to engage the calves a little bit more. You can play with rotating your legs in and out, or even alternating, bringing them up a little bit past 90 degrees towards your nose. Again, the point here is to stretch the hamstrings while keeping the low back protected. You want to sit here for 2 to 5 minutes. After you're finished here, you're going to want to go ahead and come down onto your side, get onto your belly, and you're going to stretch out those hip muscles that are also tugging the low back. You're going to want to come up onto your hands, keep those glutes nice and relaxed. You'll notice my glutes aren't turning on, and you're going to stretch out that tummy and shorten the distance from one end of your low back to the other. If you can, use your hands and prop up like a kickstand. Notice my shoulders are away from my ears and I've got my elbows straight and locked out. The more flexible you are, the closer you can bring your hands. You can do some press-ups, but make sure your glutes aren't engaged. Also, you can alternate knee bends to stretch those quads out a little more. Remember, those quads actually attach to the front of your spine. From there, you can go right into some knee push-ups. Pull that belly button into your spine and aim for at least 10. You want a straight line going from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. Don't let that belly hang out towards the ground. Pull it in towards the back of your spine. When you're done here, you're going to go into a lunge. The important thing for the lunge is that you're stretching that left front hip pocket muscle. Okay, that actually bends the hip and it attaches to the front of the spine where you're hurt. A lot of people will lean forward and bring their shoulders towards the right knee when you're doing this. Make sure not to. Stay up nice and tall, and if you can, go ahead and grab that rear ankle. You're again going to want to shoot those hips forward. Keeping the shoulders up, chest high, do not fall forward. If you need for balance, you can place a chair to your right. The important thing is to be relaxed in this position and really drop that hip forward and down while keeping the shoulders up. When you're done there, go ahead and switch legs, same thing. You'll find that one hip is probably more tight than the other, but the important thing is that front foot is far enough out in front of you so that knee is not going over the toes, that your shoulders are staying upright and you're leading with your your chest. Again, you can go ahead and bring that foot up to your hand if possible. If you don't have the flexibility, that's okay, but you want to work towards that. You can see your body will want to fall forward. Keep your shoulders up and tall. If you need a chair to hold on for balance, you can grab that. After you've done that and you've gotten your hips nice and opened up, you want to go into some planking. You want your shoulder to be directly over your elbow. You don't want that elbow out in front of you too much. And you're going to come up into a high plank. Don't do that. You can see when you bring your hips up too high, that brings your shoulder closer to your feet and not directly over the elbow. So you want to do there. Make sure you're engaging the glutes. Do not collapse in on the hips. If you want to challenge it, you can lift that top foot up. Again, the main thing here is going to be pulling the belly button towards your spine. Do 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side. So you're going to go over on the other side, come up, stack those shoulders, and then go ahead and bring that other foot up. Again, going for 30 seconds to 1 minute. You can challenge yourself by even wiggling. And then finally, you're going to rotate into a regular plank, and you're going to alternate lifting those legs up. Again, the opposite direction of a crunch. We're never crunching. Never crunching with a back injury, only extension. Also, don't hesitate to go ahead and do some Supermans. Again, lots of extension. Start with 10 of these, work your way up to 20 if you like. Usually I tell people once you feel the burn, do 5 more. That may be 5, that may be 50. All right. And that's it. Make sure to get the blood to your head, give it a nice stretch.